Crypto Frog in the house. Music is by Split. Just sharing on my Twitter, CryptoFrog202. Welcome to another stream. Let's have it. Let's have it large. Yeah. I'm just getting straight into it these days. Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How we all doing? How we all doing? Illuvium. If you see my tweet, by the way, feel free to retweet it, and then we'll get into the gravy. Straight in. People liked my video the other day. I think I'm gonna make it like once a week. I'm gonna do a longer video stream, and then the rest of the time just do shorter ones. All right, let's talk about Illuvium. You may have seen me tweeting about it on numerous occasions. It's fair to say I'm giga bullish on it. At time of making the stream, the price of one is $508 and some change, according to the Gexter. And we always believe the Gexter. If you're just tuning in, thumbs up. If you want to leave a live chat, you have to be subscribed for 1 minute. Disclaimer, no financial advice. I lost my other disclaimer logo, so this one will have to suffice for the time being. And I decided I didn't lose my other subscribe button. I just thought it looked a bit shit, so I changed it. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. That would be legendary. Let's get up to 10,000. 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully this video should help, because I know how fucking massive the Illuvium community is. So they're definitely going to want to support the FROGster in this endeavor. This is the Twitter for Illuvium. They have 57,500 followers. Surprising, they actually follow me, and they only follow 177 people. I am honored, sirs. So Illuvium, fight for Ethereum. Who doesn't want to fight for Ethereum? I bloody well do. So, you know, like NFT gaming, it's all the rage these days, isn't it? Sandbox, Axie Infinity, play to earn. But I tried Axie Infinity, just not for me. It's not for me. But from what I'm seeing from Illuvium, this gravy is for me. Now, I stumbled across this like a couple of months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. It was like $60 and I was screaming at you. You should probably buy this, yo. And I did. Hope some of you did, because now it's almost like 8-9x in price since then. So, you know what I'm saying. So what is Illuvium? And don't get in my comments being like, "Oi, Frog, you're mispronouncing it." I'll pronounce it any bloody way I like. It is a completely decentralized, open world role-play game on Ethereum. Now, I highly suggest you join the Discord. I've never seen such a hive of activity. Not a hive of scum and villainy, a hive of activity. I was just asking a few questions. I didn't tell I was going to make a stream. I wouldn't do that naturally. Disclaimer, I should say, no financial advice, and disclaimer, I do have bags of Illuvium, because I'm not stupid, but do your own research. But there is 77,700 people in the Illuvium Discord. Yep, you heard that correct. They have more Discord members than they do Twitter followers, astonishingly. Normally it's the other way around. I think they have like 10,000 people in the Telegram. That's also rammed through. Like, I wake up every morning, there's like 2,000 new messages in there. And the game isn't even out yet. More on that in a minute. I was stumbling around the frequently asked questions. Oh god, I feel like this could become a long one without me meaning to do so. Frequently asked questions, always good to read. Always good to read. We'll get more into that in just a minute's time anyway. But you can stake it. What I'm doing is I'm lock staking, solo staking for 1 year. And I think the first of my claims will be available in about 320 days from now. But I'll tell you a bit more about how the staking works in just a minute. But this is the dashboard. You can see that over $472 million worth of Illuvium is staked right now. As for the max supply, the supply is low. The max supply is 10 million. Ever. Now, let's go to the white paper. I know, like, literally none of you are going to bother reading this, but I had a read of it, and I like what I saw. Let's have a look at the tokenomics, because people like to point out the pre-seed sale and the seed sale. Now, gotta be honest, it's just a fact that some very lucky people were offered 500,000 Illuvium at $1 each in the pre-seed sale. And the seed sale, $3 each, 1.5 million. And now the price is over $500. I'm not overly concerned though. Regarding how that is going to be linearly released, if you get what I'm saying. So it's going to be the total pre-seed and seed is 2 million. It's going to be spread out over a year daily. So 2 million divided by 365, so about like 5,500 will be coming out of that from the end of March 2022. But by that time the game will be out, and I think if those guys want to sell, I think the market will gobble them up, to be quite frank with y'all. And I noticed this the other day as well, that this is in terms of the team's share of the tokens, but they have decided to increase their token lock by an additional 2 years. So they will be unlocking over 36 months, not over 12 months. And yeah, it's pretty wild, yo. I suggest you also check out the Discord and the Medium page. We'll get into the characters and all that in just a minute's time. But I hear there's going to be a land sale going on within the next couple of months from the time of this stream. Different tiers going to be available and shit. You can get resources from your land if you're lucky enough to have land within the Illuvium ecosystem, and sell them on the market. I was directed towards this pinned message within the Discord regarding the land. So there's going to be different tiers. So this is coming from the horse's mouth, one of the main guys at Illuvium. Massive team, by the way. More on that in just a minute's time. I'll have a look at the chat towards the end of the video. Like I say, I'm trying to keep the time down from now on. But tier 0 virtual land cannot create fuel ERC20. Tier 1 through 5 real virtual land can create fuel ERC20. I like the sound of that. God dang right. Higher number land can produce more ERC20 fuel. Higher number land can find higher tier alluvials, which are the characters within the game. More on that in just a minute. And tier 5 land gets something unequivocally insane. It's going to be a banger. He's probably an Aussie. The co-founder is an Aussie. The co-founder is the brother of the guy who came up with SNX. He's a proper Aussie lad. He's probably cracking a 4X or something right now. Castlemaine 4X. It's a weekend after all. If you're watching this on replay, it's currently the weekend. That's why I'm having it large with some banging ass beats. In regards to the gameplay itself then, like, I'm sure you saw like the thumbnail, but some of the designs coming out are just like ridiculous. Like, oh my freaking god, this is gonna blow everything out of the water. Everything out of the water, in my opinion. By the way, in regards to the Ethereum gas, to make it easier for players, it's all going to be on immutable, which is like a layer 2 solution. So that means people within the game, the players within the game, will actually be able to do what they got to do cheaper and all that kind of gravy. And I think they're also talking about having their own exchange as well, their own decentralized exchange, kind of like Axie Infinity has Ronin or whatever. But this is one of the alluvials then. This cat is called Rampfire and is just probably the most giga legendary of all the characters. If you have this one, you pretty much made it. There's your apartment block in Manhattan. But these will all be in the game. I'll show you a few more in just a minute's time. And these characters will kind of be on a bonded curve as well. So there's going to be like your first versions, then there's going to be second versions, third versions, and then it's going to mean if you get a tier 1 one of these, going to be exceptionally rare, but there'll still be other ones to find, so there'll always be new ones to find within the game, different characters and all that. And also another thing as well, that your character just doesn't sit there, it evolves and can become more powerful within the game. The more you use it, the more you put it to work, the more you fucking make it fight for Ethereum. Each has their own characteristics, different elements, different traits, etc. I think once the game launches, then we'll have a clearer idea about like which ones are the strongest in different respects and all that kind of shit. But they are starting to kind of like talk about like the backstory, the lore is already in place, and it is kind of crazy that they're already coming up with all this lore and backstory. This one's called Archie Lowen. You can read all the backstory. Atlas. I've got some. They've got this Archie dude. I don't know whether Archie will be in the character. I think this was like a NFT giveaway. If anyone from Illuvium wants to get in touch, CryptoFrog202. I'll be happy to take any NFTs you have going. Yeah, and then there was this kind of like this character's called Lynx. They've been doing some rendering of it for the game when it's ready to play. Now, this is going to be a game unlike any ever seen on the blockchain, in my opinion, when it comes out. It's just gonna fucking rip people's faces off. The general gist, though, these are some other characters as well. They look pretty fucking badass unicorns with fucking laser eyes, yo. But basically, I think the general idea is like play to earn. So you put your character, if you defeat another alluvial in game, then you can basically take that alluvial and collect them. And if you fight like a really rare guy, I don't know whether you can take the whole thing, but perhaps you can. But the Discord is where you want to go for all the like super intense information regarding all the characters and all the speculation around what they may or may not be able to do. But I think this one, this Rampfire, I mean, all I want in life is that right now. But apparently there's going to be over 100 different characters, as I mentioned, all tied to a bonding curve. So over time, they will get harder to collect. But then you don't want to be wandering around the game, not being able to find new shit. So once they kind of thinning out, then set 2 will be put in the game. There'll be slightly different design, of course. Then set 3, set 4. But that means if you're still holding one from the original OG, it just makes sense. The value is going to go up a lot more, right? Regarding the token, then, ILV, as I said, maximum supply 10 million. It really is going to play an important part in the game itself. Everything you buy in the game and the fees, they're all sent to the Illuvium Vault. So game purchases, crafting your own little character or whatever, enhancing your character, any cosmetic things you want to put onto it, and perhaps reviving, giving fresh energy to your character. As far as the tokenomics, then, 3 million of the tokens have been allocated for yield farming rewards. You can either choose to put it in the pool with Ethereum, but then you do get a much better return on that in terms of APY, as you can see here, compared to 83.71 on solo staking. It's 663.3 Sushi Swap LP liquidity pool. But bear in mind, if you would have left it in there over the past few months, impermanent loss would have wrecked your ass. I'm not saying you would have got wrecked, but you would have made a lot less money than if you had just been holding Illuvium. And also, you can, when you solo stake, you can lock your stake for up to 12 months. If you do that, it kind of adds weight to it. So if you if you don't lock it, you can choose to do that, but then you don't have any extra weight to your staking. If you lock it for like a month, then you get like an extra 10% maybe. Well, whatever 100 divided by 12 is, I suppose you get. If you lock it for 9 months, then just working it out in my head, you probably get it weighted like 1.75. But if you lock it for a full 12 months, then you get it weighted 2x'd. 2x'd it. Shit. I was watching, I left a link in the video description below, by the way, to... I don't normally like directing people to other people's channels, but, you know, the co-founder, Mr. Warwick, did a good interview, and he was leaking some serious alpha, yo. I left the link in the video description below. Tell him in the comments that CryptoFrog sent... He's got loads more subscribers than me, so maybe he'll give me a shout out. But he said that the team has over like 60 artists in this video. 60. Like top of the range. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. These are no amateurs, folks. They're getting like their best game developers. All the best talent being drawn in like a honeypot. The backstory, as I mentioned, is fucking crushing. The lore is ridiculous. The community is massive and fanatical. And everything's being fine-tuned like the finest Ferrari or the finest Gucci apparel. The co-founder also on that video said that they're considering the fact that this game in his mind, of course he's going to be biased because he co-founded the company, but he said during that interview that considering the quality of the game they are going to make, on top of the fact that this is going to be play to earn, instead of being like 100,000 players, 500,000 players, he said they're targeting like between 50 to 100 million players. And Illuvium has a market cap that is 180th in the world. Just saying, just saying, just saying. As for the release date of the game, the closed beta is apparently coming in the coming weeks. So they're going to be testing that, making sure everything runs smooth. And then apparently the plan is to get it all fully released, boom, in our faces by the end of 2021, baby. God dang right. Doesn't help that the COOF probably means they can't have like in-house meetings and shit. They have to do it all over Zoom or whatever. But you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Especially if Mr. Warwick is an Aussie. He's probably sitting in his house like, what the fuck? The Rozzers won't let me out. But anyway, what do you get then? So, grade AAA game, free to play as well. So it's not just like you have to have like tokens. It's gonna like entice people in with the free to play. But like if you have the tokens, if you have the SILV, which you need for the in-game purchases, that's going to entice people in, but your experience of playing the game will be heightened that much more if you do the paid version, because who doesn't want to earn money while playing a kick-ass game? Goddamn right. There's also talks that console versions are in the pipeline. God dang it. Shit. But what's not to like, really? As I said, the only thing that one person said to me, like, "Oh, Frog, you better watch out that seed release." But that was one person, and I've brought it up a couple of times in Discord and some other people. I'm really not that concerned about it, because at that point, if they have like millions and millions of players, 5,500 tokens potentially. I mean, those guys buying the pre-seed and the seed might not even want to sell at that point if the price of the token goes absolutely bananas, right? Even though they've done the pre-seed guys at this point have done a 500x on their money. But I think it's going to be like easily absorbed by the market at that point. But as I keep saying, disclaimer, no financial advice, and I have a bag. Right, let's quickly read through the comments. Mitchell Rochichard says, I just want to dump more and more into ILV. It's bad. It's not bad, sir. I dumped more into ILV like literally 3 hours before I made the stream. Morning, FROGster. I'm only talking about bloody Illuvium. Most underfollowed YouTube account. I will read this one. Most underfollowed YouTube account. I've come to the conclusion that either people hate money or they just fucking... they're thick. Yeah. This one's going to explode, especially when the mobile launch, says Simple Stream. I did hear, but I don't think there's any concrete plans in regards to the date. But yeah, mobile game is in the works as well. Shit. Q4 launch. Yeah, I think it's coming in Q4. The launch. I presume that's what you mean. Thumbs up. This seems huge. Like, not even funny. Like, considering this is ranked 186, and in my mind, it's going to absolutely blow the living shit out of Axie Infinity. Now, I would say that the makers of Illuvium would not want to say that personally, but I think secretly they definitely think that. And Axie Infinity has a market cap of 4.45 billion, and Illuvium has a market cap of 320 million. So it still has to do like a 15x to get to Axie Infinity. In my mind, it's going to be like no contest. It's going to be like a prime Mike Tyson going in against I don't know, the Mike Tyson now selling NFTs on OpenSea, aka no contest, knockout within about fucking 10 seconds. Stake 1 year on Illuvium and stake what an exciting year to come. Thank you very much. Yes. Louisiana Swamp Rat. Illuvium is going to mega murder the scene. Think multi-billions in market cap. I'm certainly on the same road of thinking as you, sir. Louisiana. You and me, we might not talk the same, but we think the same, sir. It seems very interesting. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I was looking at the Discord, and there's going to be like different like fighting zones and shit too, where like you can kind of have you can test the water without wanting to get wrecked. But then there's going to be like areas where the whales will like duke it out and shit, and like you can watch it. People can like cheer whoever on. But imagine like you've got like 2 of these that are being like steroided up with all of massive like traits and shit, and just like banging it on for like $1 million or whatever, or like 10,000 Ethereum, winner takes all. Fuck! Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? 10 billion in market cap in Illuvium is just quite possible, but I don't give financial advice. How do you get it? You can get it on SushiSwap, or you can also get it on Gate.io, but I just get it off SushiSwap, or you can also get off CowSwap, but people don't seem to be like using that. When is the pre-seed release? So yeah, that's happening at the end of March 2021 on a daily basis. So it's going to be spread out over 365 days. Total of 2 million tokens. I said that earlier in the stream. So I worked out it's going to be about 5,500 tokens potentially getting sold per day. But then there's probably guys who are thinking, and I did ask in the Discord as well, are those guys who are in the seed, are they allowed to stake? And the answer was no. They're kind of locked in on a 0% APY, but I think they will get returns from the proceeds of the game. Tim Branstelter, ILV price already moved hard. Is it reasonable to get in or wait? I don't give financial advice, sir. I just told you what the market cap of Axie Infinity is and what the market cap of Illuvium is, and which game I think will crush more, and which game the co-founder of Illuvium said that he expects to have like 50 to 100 million regular players of the game. It's that fucking kick-ass. Watch the interview in the video description after I'm done. Leave a comment on that video, and then say CryptoFrog sent me. He's a ledge. Get all your subscribers to subscribe. I hope ILV can prevent bot farming. Axie was hampered by bots. I didn't know that. My 7-year-old loving the show. Big respect. You shouldn't have a 7-year-old listening to this. You know I curse, sir. Unless you're one of those like hippie dudes who doesn't give a shit. Sorry, I cursed. Anyway, that's my take. That's my hot take, my sizzling take. I'm going to try and keep these videos down to a minimum length and maybe do once a week a long one for y'all, for the algo and shit. If you're not subscribed, click subscribe. That would be legendary. Thumbs up, because she says so. And disclaimer, absolutely no, zero financial advice. But I'm a massive giga fan of this project. I'm very excited for it. I say it on Twitter all the time. Quads, maybe even fucking quintuples is programmed. No financial advice. Peace out.